Okay, so these are now the key words to learn for the Key Stage 4 topic, cell biology. The movement of substances from more dilute to a more concentrated. So that's going from less to more against a concentration gradient. Now that sounds like effort. Across a semi-permeable membrane with the use of energy. That is active transport. A type of stem cell that can form many, right? Note the key word there, many types of cells is an adult stem cell. The process where a cell becomes specialized to its function, right? So what you've got is you've got a sperm, right? And what that has done is it becomes specialized. And that is called cell differentiation. A partially permeable membrane that surrounds the cell. So there's your cell, you've got your nucleus in the middle, the bit around the outside is the cell membrane. The outer layer made of cellulose that strengthens a plant cell, right? So this was then a plant cell. Okay, terrible, I shouldn't have done it circular in the middle. That there is your cell wall. It's the tough outer layer. An organelle, which is the site of photosynthesis. Okay, so within there somewhere, there'll be chloroplasts, which is where photosynthesis happens. DNA structures that are found in the nucleus, right? Often they're drawn as kind of crosses, even though normally what they are is just like a strand. Chromosomes. The difference in concentration between two areas, concentration gradient, the spreading out of particles of any substance, so any substance in a solution or particles of a gas resulting in the net movement from high to low, no energy, diffusion. A type of stem cell that can then differentiate into most. So where we talked about many before, this is now most, which is an embryonic stem cell. A type of cell found in plants and animals that contain a nucleus. So there's your animal cell. It's got a nucleus. That is a eukaryotic cell. How much bigger an image appears compared to the original, right? So if you make it bigger, you're magnifying it. Magnification. A type of stem cell that can differentiate into any type of plant. Plant cells, happy cells, meristematic cells. An organelle, which is the site of respiration, mitochondria. A type of cell division which produces two identical daughter cells from one parent. So what you do is you can start with 4 chromosomes. Right, what happens is you go through the full process of mitosis, and eventually what you do is you get 2. That's the adult, the parent cell. That's then the daughter cells at the end, and they are identical. Mitosis. An organelle found in most eukaryotic cells that contain genetic material of the cell and controls the activity of the cell, so contains genetic material and controls, is the nucleus. Diffusion of water. Okay, we know what this is already. From a dilute solution, which means there's a lot of water, to a concentrated solution through a partially permeable membrane without using energy, osmosis. A loop of DNA found in the cytoplasm of prokaryotic. So there's a prokaryotic cell. So instead of having a nucleus, even though it looks like it when I draw it, that's not a nucleus. It's a loop of DNA on its own, plasmid. A type of cell found in bacteria that does not contain a nucleus, prokaryotic. The ability to distinguish between two different points in a specimen is resolution. It's like on the different qualities of a screen on a mobile phone. The higher the quality, the easier it is to distinguish between 2 points, and that is the resolution of the screen. Cells that are adapted to perform a specific function. Okay, so I'm just going to draw sperm again, right? That's adapted to have a specific function, which is to swim, and it's got DNA in it, a specialized cell. An undifferentiated cell that can divide to produce many specialized cells is a stem cell, and we've got the adult ones, we've got embryonic ones, and we've got meristems in a plant. The amount of contact an object has with its environment. Okay, so if I draw a cube like that, okay, the surface area is all the bits around the outside that can be seen. The size of an object compared with the amount of area where it's in contact with the environment is surface area to volume ratio. A series of stages preparing the cell for division. So what you have, you've got the cell cycle, and you've got 3 different stages. Okay, you've got stage 1, 2, and 3. That is then the cell cycle. Producing an embryo that has the same genes as a patient, therapeutic cloning. An organelle that stores cell sap. So in your plant, what you've got is you've got a rectangle right smack bang in the middle. Then what you've got is you've got your vacuole. Now what you need to do is you need to pause the video on the next sort of 3 little sections, right, and test yourself. Write down the answers onto a piece of paper. Now you've done it. Now hopefully you've got vast majority of them correct, okay, but now you need to do it again, right, because what you've got to do is you've got to keep on reinforcing. Okay, job done. Right, gone through them all. Fingers crossed you got all of them right the second time you did it. Right, but don't forget, do it in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Right, make sure you do it again soon to make sure that they're sticking in your head. Embed them in.